Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Better than saying, hi guys.
Good evening.
Hi guys. Gabrielle, this pandemic has taught me to not ever take life for granted. Claire Ross Reed, hello. Stephanie Bailey Grice, Anna Hard, Teresa Murphy. I've got just, before we get going, I really want to do this right at the beginning. I've just got some, got to keep some, what's it called? Not orders of play, house order. What's it called when they say I've got some?
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping, that's it, housekeeping. Susan Cooper has been really sad because she's been a true and loyal member since day dot. She became a member, got involved with every single
Susan
vlog.
Cooper.
But on live chat, my messages never come up, let alone get read out. Used you as a comfort since losing my dad in lockdown and not meeting my new grandson till last week. So thank you for that. We just wanted to say...
Susan Cooper, we know you.
Yeah,
we know you well.
And we're going to send you an enormous hug and a hello.
Susan Cooper.
Yeah, and we are all here for you. And I realise that it must be very difficult that there are all sorts of gremlins in the system where people's live comments go up and then it looks like they've been deleted. Nothing's been deleted.
But it's nothing to do with us. It's something to do with YouTube. We don't know what it is.
There's a technical issue there.
We'll try and find out from YouTube next week.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to just quickly say is we're fully cognizant and aware of the fact that we've promised some cards to the lovely individuals, Shelley Moss, Maggie Needham, Emily Parfitt, Joshua Wickham Young, Susan Norton and Leor. We know that we've got cards to send to you. We are just in a delay trying to get a sort of fun COVID lockdown card from the people who do our cards, who did our Christmas card. We didn't feel it was appropriate to send you a Christmas card at this time of year. So we're waiting for that. And then when it arrives, I'm guessing because of COVID, there's a delay on orders. We haven't forgotten. We've got all those addresses in the bank.
We're looking at them right now.
We're looking at them right now. Okay? So we just want you to know that. That's just some housekeeping. Meanwhile, let's get back to NADIA Sawalha's tit tassels. Come on then.
Wow.
Let's get your comments up, guys.
Oh, Alexandra Hobson's been inspired by green-fingered house and cooking, and she's made herself a herb garden. That's so nice.
Jemima Rose, Mark, thank you for giving my Emily good luck for her assessment. She got the job. Fantastic. That's brilliant news. I'm really pleased.
Had a £250 vet bill today. My dog ate the
chicken carcass.
He's back home safe and sound, Joe Sweets. Wow. Because, of course, we feed our dog bones.
Yeah.
But raw bones.
Oh, Tilly Long.
Cooked bones, it's dangerous.
Tilly Long, the Colston statues on my road. Yeah, so the curious detail.
Oh, what was it like to see it?
Talk us through it, Tilly. This is when we wish we could press a button
and
you could come up.
just talk.
You could just talk to us. YouTube, if you could invent a button that
Where
allows us to go, you press someone's name.
And then they could talk to us.
Yeah. I've just dragged Nadia out of watching Ozark. We've just been watching Ozark, which is fantastic.
So in case people don't know, the Colston statue in Bristol got pulled down today. Apparently he was an absolutely vile slave trader. What there was a statue up of him for, I don't know.
Well, there was a statue up, I can precisely tell you why. There was a statue up because he, through the slave trade, brought extraordinary wealth to Bristol. And, you know, so many names in Bristol, like there's the Black Boy Inn, there's White Ladies Road. This was all about ladies. Yeah, it was all about slavery, and the White Ladies Road had a dubious past. I think it was to do with making sure that the white ladies were treated, allowed to walk with dignity.
God.
No. I mean, it's just horrible.
Change that.
So Colston was a member of the Royal African Company, and he transported approximately 80,000 men, women, and children from Africa to the Americas.
Transported, stole, kidnapped.
Absolutely, transported is a curious use of language, there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But after the statue was toppled, a protester posed with his knee on the figure's neck, reminiscent of the video showing George Floyd. That's a very symbolic image.
Powerful image.
But Tilly, you're saying that this, I know this sculpture well because it's just down by, I think it's down by the Marriott, isn't it? It's in that little area.
Yeah, if it's the one I think it is.
Is it near the Marriott Hotel? Lily, was it Lily who said, Vicky Austin, good evening to you both, Carla Martin, Thasira Bibi, you guys look amazing. What's your secret? Lockdown has done you wonders. Wow.
We have both lost weight in lockdown, haven't we? It's funny.
You should check out my ab.
Show them your ab.
All one of it. Good evening, Vicky Austin. Raspberry Mojito Girl, December 1982. You can't change the past, but change the future. Just saying. Well, yes. And what do you think, Nats? Do you think it should have been pulled down? I mean, various observers are saying they felt it should have been pulled down. And there have been campaigns in Bristol to pull it down before. What do you think about the act of pulling it down in a protest?
Okay, so what would we think if we had any other mass murderer, kidnapper statue? I mean, kidnapped people and was responsible for thousands of people being torn away from their home and everything they knew and sold into slavery without any mind for them as human beings. So what's the obvious question? He shouldn't be a statue.
At all? No, but I think a lot of people...
But then some people, I suppose, might argue that we have to have these people up as a reminder, so we have the discussion. Who's that person? Oh, he was an evil slave trader.
But I don't think it's up in that manner. It's up as a tribute.
Statue is about glorification of a person, isn't it?
It is.
So,
it is.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think it should be replaced with? I think it should be replaced with a monument of some form to the memory and history of those that he trafficked. Yeah. Let's not say transported.
Yeah,
trafficked. There was a similar debate. I think it was around exactly the same issue around historic statues that created the Louisville riots.
There's been a lot about this.
No,
recently.
in America, it was about something equivalent.
Yeah,
there was a debate, and then they refused to take it down. And so I think it's really telling that this has happened.
I think it must be incredible for people in America when they see the rest of the world supporting them in the way they are. It must be incredible, actually. Yeah.
No, I agree. So, you know, on the one hand, you could argue this is vandalism and guerrilla style tactics run rife, but at the same time, it's a very targeted sort of target. It's a very sort of thought through target. It's a very relevant target. And it was done, and I think it was symbolic, huge symbolism behind it. And apparently it was hurled in the river or in the water. So there's that news. It's a grade 2 statue, Tilly Long, meaning it was protected by law and could not be vandalised, which I think is so undemocratic. His plaque didn't mention slavery at all.
Oh, did it not?
Did it not? There you go. There you go. So, Tilly, is it the one, Tilly, right next to, Xander Gibbs, you make an interesting point. So let's pull down Buckingham Palace next then. I mean, the point is that rather than going on a rampage, pulling everything down, I think it would be good if we actually thoroughly looked at our history, because this idea that Churchill and so many of the figures in our history were just peace-loving, perfect individuals. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me that a huge part of the war effort wasn't actually, for the Brits, just about helping the Jews. It was just about keeping Britain safe. Because, you know, so racism still runs rife through history. And when you actually unpack some of the choices and decisions made by our government in India and all parts of the world, you know, they might not be historic to us as white people. We might be thinking, okay, we should all move on now, and those people did other kind of good things, and this is just part of a part. Yeah, get that. But we also have to listen to the opinions of cultures that, you know, it's painful for. Yeah. But it's an interesting one. It is by the Bristol Hippodrome. Yeah, you're right. That is the one. That is the one. I do remember it. Isn't it the one where I seem to remember every Freshers' Week, Bristol students would shove a driving traffic cone on his head.
Eloise said there's a campaign to have a statue of a civil rights activist, a famous civil rights activist, absolutely.
I think that would make sense. So the other news, of course, is brilliant news, is that it's the lowest fatalities in the UK since lockdown began. Lowest. So hang on a minute.
Still awful for everyone that's lost somebody
of course,
today,
absolutely ghastly.
It's on its way out.
We know that the weekend deaths are always lower before people say that. But the point is, weekend after weekend, they're getting lower and lower and lower. So I think we do at some point have to turn to these figures and go, okay, now here's the bit that I find really annoying and frustrating, is that the government keep trying to take responsibility for the numbers coming down, like they've somehow done something right. And it's like, if this disease just goes of its own accord, they're gonna try and find anything in that to sort of credit themselves. Do you know what I mean? And that pisses me off. Gigi Bissett, disgraceful behaviour in Bristol. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people are going to be very, very angry about it.
I'm not.
No.
But everyone has the right to feel the way that they feel about it, that's for sure. But I'm not. I understand it. I understand the rage.
Yeah, the rage. What do you think about that being the lowest fertilities since it began? Do you feel we're on our way out? Do you feel we're...
I feel very hopeful. As I say quite often on here, I read a lot of the alternative viewpoints from Oxford University on the way that this virus is going. And I do believe that it's been here since, from what I've read, not me. I mean, I'm no specialist in anything. I can make a nice cheese on toast. But having read other scientists' predictions, many of them think it's been here since last October. And I just think, I agree when you hear, all these strange pneumonias and people with these terrible coughs and ill for weeks and weeks on end, which means that the whole modelling has got to be rethought.
Yeah.
And I mean, everywhere that you look, the numbers are going down, 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 down.
0 deaths in Scotland, Jeannie Kyle. Yeah. Jan Sinnott, can I just say, we're going to have to keep saying this. Sorry if it's like a broken record. No one is blocked. Am I blocked for some reason? I've restarted. No. Jan Sinnott, you're not. Your comments are coming up here.
We never block anyone unless they're rude. So, it's something
you'll
wrong
know
with,
if you've been rude.
There's something to do with YouTube.
Yes,
it just so you'll have to contact YouTube. It's nothing to do with our page. It's happening across YouTube.
We can't resolve it, but it's happening for a lot of people. But just take it from us. Comments are coming up as per normal.
Yeah. It's very frustrating for
Ursula Baptiste, disgraceful behaviour by the police in Minnesota. I haven't seen that.
Disgraceful behaviour by police all over the place.
I know, absolutely.
Well, Leslie Gammon, after this weekend, give it 2 weeks, then let's see if the numbers are still down.
We felt that about VE Day, didn't we?
Yeah, that was really good news that there was no spike in numbers after VE Day.
Yeah, I thought, I remember going on the record here saying we need to check the date, 28th of May or whatever it was.
But also, Leslie, I get it, because the numbers that have been gathered together are so much greater. But actually, when you look at a lot of the demonstrations, so many people have masks on. So many people have masks on, and it's outside. So, fingers crossed.
R rate above 1 in the northwest. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it's moving around. It's almost like everywhere has to have a certain amount of infection, isn't it? And because London was just so bad at the beginning, I mean, there's hardly any of it in London now, is there? Isn't there?
Did anyone see Matt Hancock on Andrew Marr this morning? As soon as he was presented with the science of one of the sage scientists that was advising the government, and the science said that the government, by not enacting lockdown earlier, possibly lost lives, didn't want to follow that science, did he?
Was he still wearing the same suit?
But it really gets my goat that people they think we can't see through this shit, this smoke and mirrors. Whose science are you following?
Again.
Huh?
Don't start swearing again.
I'm going to get cross. Matt Hancock is a cock.
Oh, look at this. Courtney Garrett. The protest in my city yesterday was amazing. So peaceful. And everyone with masks and 2 meters apart. Well, we know a lot of people that are on the London marches. I mean, obviously there was some violence and some unrest. But the absolute majority said that it was peaceful and momentous and extraordinary, and they all felt a real privilege to be there. So.
Ashley Gardner was going to be posting something that we were going to try and do a swipe up for. I haven't seen it come up yet, Ashley, but you went to a very peaceful protest. You wanted to show. I suppose I am a bit shocked and surprised if there has been any extreme right activity in America. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there with what they call I've lost my fucking vocabulary tonight. What they called the alt-right? No, not the alt-right. The white supremacists. Yeah, no. What are they up to? What are they doing? Why are they sort of petrifyingly quiet? Do you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of them are in the police, it seems.
Oh, contentious.
Well, from the films I've been watching. And they're not fake.
In some other news tonight, Kate Garraway's story is just so... It just keeps provoking what if. And our hearts are going absolutely going out to her. She did the interview, that's right, yeah. She talks tonight, it's one of the top stories, but that she's talking about the fact that, oh my God, this broke my heart. She said was in the kitchen, and her husband would always put an R around where the recycling men would come on the calendar on the wall. It's those small details.
Yeah.
Forget the recycling, but it's the small details that our loved ones do, just the stuff that we do. And she said she moved the calendar up and there's none of his ink on the thing. And it just sent a chill down my spine.
Where did she say this?
It was just, I don't know if it's in the same interview.
Maybe she Instagrammed it or something.
Well, let me just see. No, it just came up here. It was just a heartbreaking, microscopic detail of the smaller details that we all need to be grateful for those of us who are, you know, with loved ones, have got loved ones. You know, I mean, how is she holding it together with her kids? How is she holding it
together? Bless her.
Yeah, so we turned the page for June on the calendar and it just stopped because he hadn't planned that far ahead. There are times like that when I can't bear to look around the house. And, you know, I did read somewhere else today that his eyes did flicker open because I understand they were taking him off certain support, which they said could provoke him
they
out
took
him
off his
coma
drugs, I think, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, I think there was some response there, but
I mean, I only know her to sort of nod and say hello past the corridors at ITV, you know, because we're never on the same show. But you can't help but feel a connection. Because
you've got humanity.
You know, we are a kind of family at ITV, even the people that we don't know well. And I just feel just hot. And of course, Lisa, my friend Lisa, works very closely with her. I mean, she does her makeup all the time. Lisa was in bits yesterday after that interview. She really was in bits. She just felt so bad for her.
Julie White, I do remember when Kate's husband Derek spoke of her when she was in the jungle. He was so full of love for her. I mean, it's just a tragic sadness. And it's just a reminder, you know, Kate Garraway's story is a reminder that for, as we just said then, we got a little bit excited because we're thinking, right, the numbers are coming down. But for a huge number of people, they are still at the epicenter of this crisis. And there can be nothing worse.
But what I do want to say is what happened to Derek is so horrific. But you're talking about 5% of people that get coronavirus. I don't want to scare people.
No.
Because that was such a... I mean, his journey is absolutely terrifying, but it's really rare. And the doctors just don't know why he's been hit so hard with it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have COVID anymore.
No, well, my point I was going to make was it must be so difficult for the relatives of people in that condition or state, watching the rest of the world almost get a little demob happy. Because, of course, there's no demob happy. So I think it's an important moment to take stock and share a thought for those people who, you know, are still, as I say, at the epicenter of it. So our heart goes out to that's the news kind of tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Sunday show today. It was an absolute corker. I thought I'm going to be as bold to say that I thought it was one of my favourite Teddy talks yet.
Oh, and it was
did anyone see it?
Because he was in the garden.
It's $1.99, Linda.
Oh, they loved it. And he said, "Oh, can we do it like this now?" Because all the Teddy talks have been obviously filmed on Skype. So to have him in the garden today and do it, it was so lovely.
It was lovely.
Did you like it? Did you like who's seen it yet? Teddy Talks.
And his words. I mean, he was...
People are always zooming off, shooting off.
He was on such top form.
Mansby, Nadia, please, I'm so shocked.
Mansby was struggling the other night. I hope you managed to get through to the Samaritans.
What is Nigel Farage's tweet? Over 20,000 likes.
I don't know, me too. What is Nigel Farage?
No, Jenny Owen hasn't been found yet.
No. Not seen Teddy yet. Oh, right. It's very good. It's very, very good. Chris Perez, hello you. Of course, you can get a shout out, Chris Perez. Susan Norton, saving the No Name Sunday show to watch in bed. Jake Dannett, Mark, you should do more mental health lives like last night. Really useful. Thank you. Will do.
I love it when people save the No Name Sunday. People say, I save it till bed. I save it till Monday morning. I save it till a Tuesday when I'm having a cold, miserable Tuesday. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Olivia Mullins, life is so crazy.
So life is so crazy, one extreme to another.
It sure is.
Maggie Ann, I want a lot of love for your key lime pie. A lot of love.
Oh, God, it was so good.
Yeah. Mark, you should do it. Thanks, Jake.
Oh, got to see Mandy Nanny, got a spark of joy, got to see my new grandson.
Wow, fantastic.
He was born in lockdown in March, to cuddle. Oh, no cuddle, but I've seen him. But isn't it ridiculous you can't give him a cuddle? Why can you not give him a cuddle?
Well...
You've been in lockdown and he's just a newborn baby. Who's going to give who COVID?
Ellie Proctor, I don't think you can join on an iPad if it's an old iPad. There is a...
Have to join on.
What else have we got here? Cookie
Somebody
Monster.
there saying the pandemic has taught her to be grateful. Who's it? Somebody said that number.
Want me to go? Gabrielle.
The pandemic has taught me never to take life for granted. I know. Let's hope we remember it.
It's even making me feel like I want to go out and do far more. Really is, in terms of socialising and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to love you and leave you. We're very tired.
Ashley Gardner, I got told earlier because I bought myself some masks in the shop that I was taking advantage and the protesters had taken them from Frontline, yet they're selling them in shops for everyone. Well, sod them, Ashley. Sod them. People just want to have a go.
Problem.
It does. If you are... Right. People the National Health Service do not get their masks from the places where we all buy our masks. They're high-grade medical masks. Yeah. So people have got to stop having a go at people that have managed to buy... I'm desperate to buy a bloody mask, but whenever I track them back, they all come from China, and I don't want to buy them from China. Yeah. I don't want to buy anything from China.
And do us a huge favour, guys. If you like what you're watching on our channel, give us lots of thumbs up so we can combat those pesky little trolls that keep putting thumbs down. So give us some thumbs up and do subscribe. We rarely say to subscribe. Okay, there's the members area, but just subscribe to the channel. Just join us.
Oh, that's lovely. Miss Tricia, I've spent a few hours on this rainy day watching your couple's trip to Cornwall. I'm missing Cornwall, so it was lovely to see it. Mark getting his chest waxed was hilarious. Isn't it funny? Because I'm really missing Cornwall. I'm so desperate to go to the sea, so I can just walk by the sea, any sea.
Oh, look at those thumbs up going up from 77. Oh,
thanks, guys.
Thanks.
That I can't bear to watch it because I miss it too much. Yeah, guys, whenever you join us, if you can give us a thumbs up.
Oh, we love it.
Because I suppose you get used to us. We're a bit like a pair of old slippers, so you don't think you have to like us anymore.
I look like an old slipper.
It is, isn't it? You're taking us for granted. Yeah, you're just wearing your pajamas all the time. It's gone from
77 to... See, people aren't thinking necessarily to hit that, but for us, it's like my power gel. It's like goes...
We really do notice.
The higher it goes, the more I'll be stupid. Come on, get us to 300.
Come on, let's get to 300.
Yay! Let's get those trolls and let's throw them in the air and let's hit them with a baseball bat.
What's the matter with you? You've got something wrong with you. How many times have I told you?
That's to them, not to you. No, I love it. Look, it's nearly gone to 400.
Look. People are going to come and go, wow, what was that live about?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to do that on every live.
Yeah, let's just go
and
mental.
Everything you watch, you're wearing your old dirty dressing gown with us, aren't you? Because you know us too well.
Are you sat there in your dirty little old
You are, aren't
you?
You're not pressing the likes anymore.
Are we doing a quiz tomorrow night?
Yes, Nicola, thank you. Nicola's always going to remember to put a thumbs up.
Nicola Randall, thank you. Are we doing a quiz tomorrow night?
Taking us for advantage.
Taking us for advantage.
Taking advantage of us. We're thinking of it, aren't we?
Yes.
If we can get it ready in time.
Yeah. I think we want to do a quiz. I know you missed a quiz.
We think Monday nights would be good, really, because there's 1,000 quizzes to choose from on a Saturday. What do you think about a quiz night on a Monday night? It's radical. It's unusual. It's a little bit bonkers.
I think it's a really, really cool idea.
Try Etsy for masks. Oh, okay. Thank you, Helen.
I think a quiz on a Monday night could be a really fun idea because most people
hate Mondays. Oh my God, we're going to get 500 likes in a minute.
Most people hate Mondays.
I don't like Mondays. I want to food the whole day down. The whole day down.
The whole day down. Yeah.
Yes, Random Monday. Random Monday quiz. I love that. Random Monday quiz. We should call it that. Who is it that said that?
And I am really wanting to watch the Windrush drama, though, tomorrow night as well.
Oh, yeah. What time's that?
I think I don't know. We need to check. But we need to work out the timings. I think we should go back to the idea that you had. Did you like it? Yeses, if you did. No's, if you didn't. But did you like it when Nads was trying to commit to some kind of menu for the day? Because it's normally a cookery day, isn't it, Monday?
Well, I was doing that. Look, guys. The best way to know what time we're going to be on and what we're doing is to follow us on Nadia Sawalha and Family or on Mark's. Every day we will post it on our Instagram, Mark_Adderley, Nadia Sawalha and Family. And then we'll put a little menu of what's happening through the day. Because tomorrow's going to be it's going to be quite a bit, isn't there?
Yeah.
But we're going to do the live at 10.
It's going to be quite a bit what?
Quite a bit of toing and froing on the channel.
Yeah.
So 10 o'clock tomorrow live, that's the first thing that will be after this.
And Ashley
We're going to
Gardner.
be at 500 likes before
Ashley
we end this.
Gardner, you are forever. You should be like our agent. He's saying, don't forget, folks, vote for the podcast.
Oh, God, you're so great, Ashley.
Now, when you go, there's a link in the information just below this film, and there's a link, and it doesn't cost anything. You put in how to stay married so far, send it off. They'll send you an email, confirm it, and then do Confessions of a Modern Parent. I'd love it if Confessions of a Modern Parent was competing with How to Stay Married, and then I'd be like this: I want to win.
God,
I don't want to win.
imagine.
I want to win. I don't want to win. I want to win. I don't want to. I'd be like that.
Okay, here's a question. What one would you like to win more for?
Oh my God, that's an awful question to ask. That's like saying which is your favourite child.
Well, what is your favourite child, our marriage or our children?
Oh, I can't answer that question.
Well, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because obviously we do it with Global, our Confessions of a Modern Parent. So
Go on, get us to 500 likes. Come on.
yeah, it feels like that would be. I don't know.
It's on at 8:30 tomorrow. Holly says the Windrush drama.
Thing is, with both our podcasts, honestly, guys, doing a podcast is so hard, isn't it? Because you have to just
Well, it
be
is the
so
way. Oh, look,
honest.
508. Well done, guys. Thank
Yay!
you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
If you could do that all the time forever, we'd be really happy.
Yeah, just every time we watch a film, just press the like.
It recharges my batteries. It makes me feel like you want us again. What did you just say? Podcast. Yeah, no, the reason podcasts take it out of us is that we don't do what a lot of podcasters do, which is like perform. We are us. And that's actually quite tiring. You know, it is.
You know how tiring we are.
I mean, it's really
I think we
tiring
should give
sitting opposite her.
one small drunk song because we've reached over 500 likes. We haven't decided what song it is. What
I'm
are you
singing
singing?
it.
Oh, that's what I was doing, guys. That.
I love you like a brother. I love you like a brother. I will. No. I love you. And I will love you. Forever. You come to me if anyone is horrible.
I need a kebab.
Anyone
Kebab.
is horrible. Anyone. I
Kebab.
swear. Cross my
Kebab.
heart. No, put your hand on my heart. I swear.
See why it's a really good job we gave up drink. Love you all. See
Bye,
you at
guys.
10 tomorrow. Bye.